Hey guys, what's up? It is Wednesday. It's a
What's Cookin Wednesday?
What's Cookin Wednesday. We're going to work together today. Couple different directions we're going, but you guys should love it.
Yep, we're going to show you how to use up a whole pumpkin.
Pumpkin isn't known throughout the world as a sweet item. In fact, I think from what I'm seeing and hearing, it's like mostly a savory throughout the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Whereas here in the U.S., I think of it as sweet.
Yep, it's used commonly in lots of desserts. We've got pumpkin bread, pumpkin cookies, pumpkin muffins, pumpkin pie.
The best being pumpkin pie.
Yep.
Also, one of my favorite things to do with pumpkins is when you clean them out for jack-o'-lantern carving, you got to get those seeds, you got to cook them up.
Yep, so if you watched our Halloween vlog, you would have seen that we were cleaning out our pumpkins and John promised a pumpkin seed recipe. So
I'm going to go 3 different recipes for you today because we had that many pumpkin seeds, so we went ahead and we'll do them 3 different ways. They're going to be fantastic. She's going to show you how to make a pie.
I was like, why are you pointing at me?
I'm handling the seeds. She's handling the baking.
That's right. And I'm going to show you how to process the pumpkin down into a usable form in case you don't have pumpkin in a can available.
Right. Not the most easy method, not the most convenient, especially in America where there's canned pumpkin and it's all spiced and everything ready to go. But this is like the true authentic version, right?
Exactly.
Homemade, classic,
from scratch
American pumpkin pie.
So let's get started.
Here we go.
Alright, so you can use any sort of pumpkin. I've got a warty one here. It was a really good looking pumpkin, but this skin was incredibly thick. I probably wouldn't use this variety again in the future. I really struggled to get this open. Once you get it open, you want to scoop out all the seeds. This ice cream scooper works really well for that job. Make sure you get all the stringy bits of pulp on the inside. You really just want the nice clean flesh. And repeat with the other side. Once you get it all cleaned out, you're going to place these on a cookie sheet and roast them at 350 degrees for about 35 minutes. Next, we're going to turn our attention to the seeds. You want to, as much as possible, remove only the seeds and set the pulp aside. All this stringy bit's not really good to eat when you're roasting your seeds. Kind of a tedious job, but really it's worth it in the end. Once the seeds are all cleaned out, you want to place them in some sort of container. I'm using a Ziploc bag here. We're going to add in about a half a cup of salt and about 3 cups of water. This will kind of brine the seeds a little bit, give them a saltiness, and keep them from going bad if you've got to wait a little while before you end up roasting them off. Our pumpkin's out of the oven. It's really hot, nice and soft, fork tender. Once it cools a little bit, we're going to start scooping out the flesh. You could see how much water was released by the pumpkin. I thought a good amount had been released, but once I was done with this, I realized there was quite a bit left over inside the pulp also. I let this sit for about 15-20 minutes until there was no more liquid actively dripping off. And you can see I got a good amount of liquid off of there still. I like to make my pie filling in a blender. Makes it a little bit easier. You can also still do this with a mixer in a bowl. We're going to start with 2 cups of our pumpkin puree. Or a cooked pumpkin. I didn't actually puree it because I'm using a blender. 3/4 of a cup brown sugar. 3 eggs. 1 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. Two teaspoons of cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. 1 teaspoon of ginger. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Lid goes on and we blend. If you notice spots where anything's sticking, go ahead and scrape it down a little. And blend it a little more. All right, that looks really good. It's got a nice smooth consistency. You'll notice that the color with the home-cooked pumpkin is not as dark as the store stuff. It's just because it's a different variety of pumpkin. The flesh is a little bit lighter orange. I figured since I was using my own home processed pumpkin, I'd take a little bit of a cheat step here and use pre-made crusts. These are a couple of Marie Callender's deep dish pie crusts. And let's fill them up. We've preheated the oven to 425. We'll place our pies on a cookie sheet just in case they spill over a little. All right, into the oven these go. All right, there they are. After 15 minutes, we're going to reduce the heat to 350 and cook them for 45 more minutes. These are looking good. They're almost done, but the edges are getting a little bit overly brown, so we're going to take some strips of foil and kind of cover the edges. All right, back in the oven for about 10 to 15 more minutes. All right, our pies are out of the oven. Oh, they are hot still. You can take off the foil. The pies are nicely set, but not too firm. You can check them with a knife. Nice and clean. That's how you know it's done. So we're gonna let these cool, and then we'll eat these for dessert today.
All right, my turn. I'm gonna jump in here. I'm gonna show you guys how to handle these pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are fantastic. Tons of flavor. They're really good for you too. Jess showed you her putting them in a bag with salted water. That does a couple things. It adds a little bit of flavor to start off with, and then it keeps them safe and preserved for a couple of days in case you just don't have time to get to the roasting of them. It took us a couple days to have time to do it, so that helps with that. I'm going to go 3 ways with these pumpkin seeds today. I'm going to go a sweet, a savory, and a spicy. So let's get on it. All right, first up we are going to go savory. I'm going to start with, you see this big giant pile here in the strainer, getting all that liquid off. It's going to be real super simple. All right, we're going to go into a separate bowl. I'll never get this into equal thirds, so let's just do, because this is going to be this. Yeah, that's a good amount. All right, savory. I said savory? Or did I say sweet? All right. I think I said savory on this one, so let's just stick with that. I'm going to drizzle about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to then dump in, not the whole packet because I think that would overdo it. This is Hidden Valley Ranch salad dressing seasoning mix. I'm going to take a good tablespoon and it's going to go in. And while it's in this bowl, keep it all contained, we'll just do this. That smells great. If it looks like you think you could use more, go more. I'd rather add more at the end if needed versus overdoing it and ruining it from the beginning. I'm going to go just a touch more. Ranch packets and the dry mix can be a bit salty if you're not careful. So, all right, we're going to go out on a cookie sheet here. You want to get these spread out into a single layer as best as possible. So get them evenly distributed on the pan. Boom, just like that. And looking at them, I think maybe a touch more powder. I want them to taste the ranch. Like I want to be able to know what it is. All right, this is going to go into a 325 degree oven for 20 minutes. All three of these different flavors are going to cook for the exact same amount of time and temperature. So, that one out of the way. Immediately moving into sweet. Into sweet. Same process. Dumping in. I'll end up doing the spicy one as the smallest amount since we like spice, but we don't, we're not as crazy about it. Instead of the olive oil for these, we have 2 tablespoons of melted butter. We have a duck hollering at us. And we have equal parts cinnamon and sugar. This was already pre-mixed because we just have it in the kitchen ready to go. I'm just going to say dump it in until you think it looks like a good amount. It's coated. This one you don't have to worry about so much because we're not going to ruin it. It's not a salty thing. Get that butter all worked in there. Boom. Same thing. Cookie sheet. Work them around, get them distributed there. And definitely we're going to need more on this one, that's for sure. So, now that looks and smells fantastic. Just about every seed on there's got something to it now, so that's going to be great. Boom. And last, we're going to go in the red bowl. All right, a little bit of olive oil again for these. I'm getting about a tablespoon. Kind of just eyeball. It's not really that important. Realistically, they're a little bit damp as it is, so it's not really needed, but the little bit of extra flavor in there can't hurt it. All right, for this now, I'm going to go with a company of, we've showed their, yeah, you've seen a hot sauce from them before. Bravado Spice Company. Absolutely love these products. They have dry rubs too. So this is jalapeno and garlic, and I'm going to just dump it in there. It's got a great flavor. If you wanted to add some more of the ranch powder to this one as well, probably not a bad idea, but I really want that, some spice forward in the flavor profile, so I'm just going to load it up. There's jalapeno in that. That immediately tickled my throat. We have ghost pepper in this house. I'm contemplating using it. As I'm mixing this, I'm still thinking about whether I want to do it or not. I think we should. If we're going to go spicy, we probably should. Oh, look. Here it is. This is from our friends at the Sonoran Spice Company. We've done the Reaper bubblegum and the Ghost Pepper bubblegum and the Trinidad Scorpion Pepper bubblegum. This is a little vial of straight up ghost pepper powder. I need to be very careful about this. Jess, do you have oh gosh. Do you have a toothpick? Do you have something small I can dip into this? I gotta be very careful here. We're gonna link the Bravado Spice Company and Sonoran Spice Company down below. Check these things out. I am literally, for this batch, literally, toothpick. Oh. That was a couple of toothpicks full. Like, a very small amount. I may add some more after I mix here. I definitely don't want to overdo it. I'm not trying to make these killer pumpkin seeds, but I would like them to be spicy. Need to make sure it doesn't just end up on that one single pumpkin seed as well. that'd be sad. Yeah. Well, these aren't spicy at all. And then you find that one that grabbed all that, then it'd be real spicy. Alright, so another round of this. I'll end up doing it once it's on the sheet anyway. That'll do. Woo. There's just enough in there to tickle the nose. Alright, a pocket of pumpkin guts were still hiding in there, and I was able to scoop them out with that. Alright, onto the sheet. Another pile of guts. If they were gonna just stay, I wouldn't mind because they get cooked and it wouldn't matter. But if they're gonna jump out at me, I'm gonna take them out anyway. And just like the rest, a little bit of extra. All right, now these are gonna go into a smoker. The same amount of time, 325 degrees for 20 minutes. I've got that Green Mountain pellet cooker. I can just dial up to the temperature I want. Set that tray in there, let them get good and cooked and crispy. I think the balance of the spice and a little bit of a smoke flavor will make these fantastic. So savory is going in the oven, sweet's going in the oven, spicy's going in the smoker. Let's cook them. All right, the best part of a What's Cookin' Wednesday, the eating. All three flavors. We're gonna start with the seeds. Which one was that?
The sweet cinnamon sugar.
I'm gonna jump on the savory. The ranch packet, you could season them with whatever you want, just salt and pepper, your favorite barbecue rub.
These are very mildly sweet. You still get a little bit of the saltiness to them. These are fantastic. It reminds me of kettle corn with cinnamon.
These are good and salty. Could be a little bit heavier, but like I said, I was cautious. I didn't want to go crazy with it. When in doubt, use a little bit less. Add more later versus ruining it. But these are really good.
Mm-hmm. Those are good also.
And then the spicy. Now we just eat the whole thing. We don't crack these like sunflower seeds. Some people prefer one way or the other. All that seasoning on there, when you roast them well enough, the whole thing just has that right crispy toasted texture. There's no reason to go through peeling them.
Good smokiness on them. Very light heat on the tip of your tongue. Doesn't really linger too badly.
Good and salty. A jalapeno-iness in there. And that ghost pepper powder. Probably perfect amount on it without, because I didn't want to make it violent, you know. Matt, you want to try these? Come on.
They're really good.
No, that's nice. All three of these are perfectly fine.
Which one's spicy? Which one's
I'm not going to tell you.
Spicy?
Nope.
Maybe.
Spicy?
Maybe.
Nope.
Spicy?
Nope.
Sweet.
Try them all. Promise they're not bad.
And then we'll burn you.
Oh, that sweet's good. I like that. And yeah, could have been heavier on that for sure.
Put them down and try the other stinker.
Oh, thank you.
She loves sunflower seeds, or pumpkin seeds.
I like sunflower seeds too.
Sunflower seeds too. Alright, so what say you? Good sweet?
I like those ones.
All right, and while she's tasting those, I'm going to cut our beautiful pumpkin pie. Look how
Try one of
fantastic that looks.
Just one of these. They're not bad. You'll handle it fine. Pretty good though, huh? Alright, so Maddie's a fan. Alright, thanks. Now, oh no, you can go.
Oh man. Shucks.
Just an itty bitty piece, her and I'll share for now. And then this will be family dessert after dinner tonight. I will be right here.
I don't think I sliced it quite well enough. What's going on there?
There it is. Oh, look at that. Boom. Smells fantastic.
I can't get the top off.
The traditional topping for a pumpkin pie.
Whipped
A little
cream.
bit of whipped cream. Boom. Isn't that pretty?
One for you.
Thank you.
One for me.
I was going to hold you.
Oh, well, thank
Hold
you.
it here for the first bite. You go ahead and take that.
If I can get it.
I was like, you just messed that all up, didn't you? Alright, I'll go a little bit of that. A
I
little bit of
think
that.
I even made it spicy enough for you.
Absolutely perfect. That is fantastic. Great spice level. I like the spice level. I want it to be heavy. I like that.
Mm-hmm. The center is good and creamy. It's very almost like custard.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much of a pumpkin flavor left in there. It really gets covered up with the spices.
It does. And that,
Just a hint of pumpkin flavor.
just a hint. And not horribly sweet. The spice level is fantastic. This is a really good pumpkin pie.
And it was beautiful too. It was like
Dead on.
perfect.
Absolutely dead on.
But you will notice that the color is slightly lighter
Yeah.
than a traditional store-bought pie
Right.
because of the different variety.
Yep. So, yeah, we've eaten plenty of pumpkin pies on BigJon TV. I've had several
is true.
for competition purposes. Usually it just covers my face. This is fantastic, though. This is a higher level entirely. She nailed it. Dead on perfect.
Yep. So let me
Yeah.
know down below if you guys have had pumpkin pie or if this is something that you're planning on trying now.
Right. Like, should be easy enough, right?
It's very simple.
Yep.
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you do all the things like subscribe, share with your friends.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, guys. See you.